President Cyril Ramaphosa has wrapped up the South African Human Rights Commission on local governance. The two-day conference looked to voice critical issues and have role players deliberate on challenges faced at local government level. President Ramaphosa says there needs to be a re-evaluation of how municipal government is working. But it's not the first time concerns over local government have been raised. Local governance expert Sam Koma joins me now to have this conversation. A very good morning to you, sir, and thank you so much for your time. So the biggest responsibility most municipalities have is, of course, service delivery. Yet many fail, and there just seems to be no consequence for it. What recourse do citizens have when this happens, if any?
Of course, thanks, Morena, for the opportunity. Yes, we've seen that increasingly communities embark on protest as part of registering their displeasure and also their impatience regarding the slow pace of municipalities responding to the municipal basic services that are expected to be provided to communities. So they are using that avenue as part of course, asserting their rights to say we are entitled to receive these basic services around water and sanitation, electricity, refuse removal, and other basic municipal services. But we have also noted that some of the law enforcement agencies, the criminal justice institutions, are also increasingly playing a crucial role in combating corruption and also in terms of ensuring that there is accountability and consequence management in municipalities. One can refer to the Hawks through the National Clean Audit Task Team that has to date made several high-profile arrests and also prosecution of municipal mayors and also senior managers in some of the municipalities. You also have the Special Investigating Unit, which to date the President has published 2 proclamations to allow the SIU to investigate allegations of corruption, maladministration, one in the Mogalakwena local municipality, and also recently the Mogale city in Gauteng.
Mr. Koma, leadership needs to start somewhere with fixing the many challenges municipalities are facing. But where do they start?
Yes, we normally argue that the buck stops with elected political office bearers in municipalities, namely the municipal council, the executive mayors, and also the members of the mayoral committees or ESCO members. So at that level, this is where we need to see assertiveness and boldness in decisions taken around ensuring that there is accountability. There are remedial action measures that are taken to recover stolen funds, to also act against individuals implicated in wrongdoing or malfeasance, and also to act upon the audit recommendations that are normally flagged by the Auditor General.
The last 2 local government elections, Mr. Koma, proved that South Africans have gotten to a point where they now know their worth and they now know what they deserve and what the government should be doing. It showed in the results in 2016 and it showed in the results from the elections of the 1st of November last year. The next elections are coming in 5 years, and between last year's and the ones in 5 years, there is the national elections, what I think a lot of people will agree will be the hotly contested national elections. What must South Africans look for in 5 years' time, of course taking into consideration what they're going to be doing in 2024? What must South Africans look for in their different municipalities when they think of who to vote for?
Yes, I think what we need to begin to see is a turnaround around the provision of basic services to local communities. They need to start clearing all the backlogs that may be there, or the bottlenecks that are impeding municipalities to provide basic services. You also need to see national government coming on board in terms of reviewing the funding model for municipalities, because we've now seen that most municipalities struggled during hard lockdown to, of course, collect revenue that is due to them, given the dire economic situation that we're faced with as a country. So I'm saying we need to see more resourcing coming to the level of municipalities to further bolster their efforts to provide these basic services. But we also need to see municipalities beginning to perfect the accountability, oversight, and consequence management system. They need to walk the talk. We need to see drastic action that is taken against officials that are implicated in wrongdoing and also in corruption. And as I said, let's see action coming out of these reports that are normally tabled by the Auditor General and also some of the law enforcement agencies. So that's what will, to some extent, address the trust deficit between the communities and the municipalities, and also the erosion of public confidence, and also in terms of addressing the governance lapses that are affecting majority of municipalities. So this has to be seen through tangible delivery of services within local communities.
Definitely. Our vote can only do so much. We put you in power because we believe in you, and we hope that you will actually do that which you said, you promised us that you would do, that which we expect of you. But some of them don't do it. So what exactly becomes the impact then on the country when you get local municipalities that just don't function, even though they promised us that they can?
Yes, we can see the implications are very massive, because municipalities are integral to the whole aspiration of constructing a capable and developmental state. So this will remain one of the aspirations that may not even be achieved because of the failure of municipalities to, one, execute and fulfill their constitutional obligations, their legislative obligations, which relates to provision of basic municipal services to their local communities. But also, if they fail to appoint the right people for the right positions in line with the applicable laws that governs municipalities, that will continue to, of course, frustrate communities in terms of getting quality municipal basic services, and also being responsive to their needs, their aspirations, and also their demands. So that's the point that we normally flag, to say we need to activate the entire accountability ecosystem. We cannot only pinpoint one stakeholder or one office bearer to deal with issues of accountability, but the entire accountability ecosystem comprising of the municipal councils, the mayors, the executive mayors, the municipal public accounts committees that are now being empowered in terms of law to, of course, make recommendations and also to enforce consequence management within municipalities. So we're saying if most of these issues are addressed, if there is proper resourcing and capacitation of these key structures and individuals involved in municipalities, we may begin to see some kind of tangible delivery of services within communities.
Definitely. Mr. Koma, thank you so much for joining us on the South African Morning. That is Sam Koma, who is a local governance expert.